What you say, 99? Nah, nah, nah. What's going on? What's going on, my good people? My good people. And the ones that are not so good. I know you're around. I know you're watching. I see you looking. What you're looking at. Okay, y'all. So, I guess Spirit is like, we're going to talk about TV shows and series and movies and stuff like that, because a lot of people tend to think that the shit is just entertainment, that it ain't real. It's real. Tell me it's real. Yes, it's very real. Real. So, we're going to talk about this TV series that I've been watching. And I was told that it was a book and that, it possibly could be a movie as well. I'm not sure. I haven't went that far, but it's called Spiderwick Chronicles. And it's about how a lady getting a divorce from her husband, and she take her and her 3 kids to an old family home, which is called like Spiderwick Manor. But so it might be like a grandfather, great-grandfather, or something like that, where he discovered different beings on here, like fairies and gnomes and fays and gargoyles and ogres and stuff like that. And it even had like an entity that can change and look like people. So it's almost giving like Mystique from X-Men 157. So then I heard Spirit said, bring out this book, The Element Encyclopedia of Magical Creatures, and what they represent, whether they physically are in this world or spiritually. It's all about energy. And then y'all also know that, with this deep fake blue beam type shit, they are trying to fake you seeing entities or other creatures, because they are going to start coming out. So Spirit said, and prepare yourself. So I do have tarot cards from Spencer's, and they talk about different creatures and stuff like that on here as well. So we have 10 of Wands, dragon. So burdens, somebody trying to put burdens on you. Let's see, dragons represent, because each one of them represent something. Draco, dragon. Of all mythical creatures, the dragon is surely the best known. Virtually every culture in the world has its dragon myths, and countless stories have been told of its origins, history, and of its defeat at the hands of dragon slayers. Most British dragons are really worms, a name that comes from Scandinavian tradition. These creatures are wingless, generally have lengthy bodies, and a poisonous rather than fiery breath. Dragons and worms have several traits in common. They tend to be scaly, hunt whales or pools, and have a deep attraction to maidens and princesses. Both creatures are known to hoard treasure, which they have either gathered for themselves or inherited, becoming guardians by chance. All are extremely hard to kill. The word dragon derives from the ancient Greek drakonta or drakon, which means to watch or to look at, suggesting that even at that point in time, the notion of a dragon as a guardian was already established. In Greek myth, it is a dragon that guards the golden apples of Hesperides, while in European tradition is usually crouched upon a vast mountain of treasure. The Latin word for dragon is Draco, and in classical Roman art, the Draco is generally depicted as a vast serpent with wings resembling those of a bat, a long tail, fiery breath. So, I don't know, just like with duality, you have the true creator who created everything good love and light. Then you had the other creator that came in of the chaos and the evil and all this stuff. So that's why you have duality, two things. Just like when me and my son, spiritual bird, when me and my son go pick elderberries, we have to make sure we're picking the right kind, because they do have 517. They do have another kind that look exactly like it, but it's poisonous. So somebody want to put, because it's the year of the dragon, right? I'm also getting Cisco. I don't know, something going on with Drew Hill, the group. I don't know if it's the original members or, because I do know that Player, the group formerly known as Player, they sing with them as well. So I'm not sure. But yeah, some type of burdens. Or maybe this dragon is mad because they have to come off these treasures that they inherited from people that stole something from them. And they have to unask it, and they mad. You got the moon werewolf. Y'all work with me here. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching y'all things can come to you in different ways. What are you going to do about it? Werewolf. The name werewolf comes from the addition of the Old English word man and the word wolf. A werewolf is a human being who has the ability to turn into a wolf, although the term can also be used generically to describe a human who turns into another kind of animal under conditions of sorcery or enchantment. Werewolves act entirely like a wolf while they are in that shape and will prey upon any human or any animal. The ability or misfortune to become a werewolf has conveyed in different ways: by curse, enchantment, sleeping in the light of a full moon, being conceived under a new moon, eating wolf meat, drinking where wolves have drunken, or putting on wolf skin. The werewolf effect takes place in the hours of darkness, and subjects conceal their wolf skin and hide their activities during the day, completing the Jekyll and Hyde persona of werewolf existence. The Greek god Zeus was said to have caused Lycion, the founder of Arcadia, to turn into a wolf after having unwisely sacrificed his own child to Zeus, Lycaeus, or the Valpine Zeus. This unpleasant behavior so disgusted the Olympian god that he determined to wipe out humanity by sending the great flood, from which only Deucalion and Pyrrha escaped. So then it's also showing me the originals, where it was based out of, it's a TV series. I think it was like 5 seasons. And you had werewolves, you had vampires, you had witches. So it talked about how they got originated, you know, how they was working together, some parts of it, you know, because if y'all don't know, New Orleans is like it's a voodoo city. A lot of voodoo happens over there. A lot of people practicing it. Keeping illusions and stuff like that. So if y'all go over there, y'all make sure y'all stay protected. Don't go into them cemeteries, go into them haunted places and stuff like that, because spirits do attach and will latch on to you, especially if you do not know how to protect yourself. So somebody try to call something this full moon, get this full moon energy, and possibly the new moon. Because I think it didn't say something about the new moon. Trying to conceive something in the new moon. Or somebody try to call a werewolf to you to attack you in your sleep. Or something. Yeah, you got the Judgment. Cerberus, the three-headed dog. The gatekeeper of the souls, to make sure that these evil souls do not go nowhere. And also, I heard that's like going through the dark night of the soul. Like they have these certain demonic entities there to look all ferocious and scary and stuff, so that you don't try to rise up, to wake up. Trading places. They don't want to stay in their fate. Okay. Cerberus was the three-headed, sometimes 50-headed dog with a serpent's mane found in classical Greek tradition, who guarded the entrance to Hades. His task was to prevent the living from entering the underworld. Okay. A task he fulfilled except in the cases of Orpheus, Aeneas, and Odysseus, each of whom tricked their way into the land of the dead and out again on their own particular errands. Aeneas had the help of Sibyl, who drugged Cerberus with honey, opiate, while Orpheus sent the dog into a charmed sleep with the sound of his lyre. It's like one of those, I guess it looked like a violin, cello type thing, you know. And sometimes I think, like, fairy tale stories, like they lull the person to sleep. Cerberus barked whenever he was exposed to light, and his saliva was the source of the poisonous plant, aconite. So then it talks about Hercules and how he had to bring Cerberus from the underworld. So it's like overcoming death itself. Which he, you know, everything has its balance. You have deities and stuff that is in charge of the underworld to make sure that everything goes straight. So he had to learn or get initiated in this to make sure he didn't off balance and offset things in the underworld, so everything would go amok. What movie is that? I want to say it was American Gods. It was something that I watched where it was a ferryman who would take people to the land of the lost, or it might have been a book that I was reading that was talking about that. But he persuaded Charon, the ferryman of the dead, to ferry him over where Cerberus was waiting. So like I said, you coming up the dark night of soul, you had to defeat a certain entity in order to go above and to rise up. And if y'all are, you know, into books and J.K. Rowling's, Cerberus is clearly the inspiration for J.K. Rowling's Fluffy, the giant three-headed dog which guards the attic of Hogwarts School in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So I'm just showing y'all how things are connected. And at the bottom of the deck, you have Page of Pentacles, Bear Insanity. So Bear Insanity is a Gede spirit. Uh-oh, I know these turned to opposites. So yeah, somebody's getting judgment for this, for putting these burdens on you and sending these spirits, wolves, werewolves. You got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but Mandragora is like a plant. I'll show y'all upright, 1441. I'll show y'all upright. So yes, we're gonna look at that. And then you have Strength, Manticore, but somebody's weak. I just seen 1, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna look Mandragonor. So y'all excuse me if I'm butchering. That's what I do. I butcher shit. I don't be trying to. If it's in here, it happens. Well, since I came up on Manticore first, we're gonna do it. A hybrid monster referred to in the myths of Mesopotamia, Ethiopia, and India, also known as Marticora, Manticera, Mimicolossus, Macamorion, and the Centrio. It is a favorite creature in the menagerie of beasts included in the bestiaries of medieval Europe. Its names come from the Parisian Makahora, which means manslayer, and has led some writers to suppose it may have been a man-eating tiger. There is in India a wild beast, powerful, daring, as great as the largest lion, of a red color like cinnabar, shaggy like a dog. Its face, however, is not that of the wild beast, but of a man, and it has 3 rows of teeth set in its upper jaw and 3 in the lower. These are exceedingly sharp and larger than the fangs of a hound. Its ears also resemble a man's, except that they are larger and shaggy. Its eyes are blue-gray, and they too are like a man's, but its feet and claws, you must know, are those of a lion. To the end of his tail is attached the sting of the scorpion. The tail has stings at intervals on either side, but the tip of the tail gives a fatal sting to anyone who encounters it, and death is immediate. If one pursues the beast, it lets fly its sting like arrows sideways, and it can shoot a great distance. And when it's discharged, it stings straight ahead. It bends its tail back. If, however, it shoots in the backwards direction, then it stretches its tail to its full extent. Any creature that the missile hits, it kills. The elephant alone, it does not kill. These things which it shoots are a foot long and the thickness of a bulrush. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I really don't know why Spirit is telling me to do this, but I'm just being obedient. Okay, we don't have the Mandragoria. I heard man-made. It could be man-made. But with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, like they sent these entities and these demons in to try to make you weak and keep you from getting to your pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, you got Queen of Cups, Gorgon. You're emotionally intact, like you feel your emotions and you sit and you sort them out. Like you're emotionally intelligent, an empath, you know, intuitive, psychic, water. So you could be a water deity, and I just get this notification. You could be a water deity, or you're attached to a water deities or races or something like that. So you got the 10 of Pentacles, Minotaur. This has something to do with your inheritance. And we know Minotaur is like half bull, half man or something like that. According to the myth, Pasiphae, the wife of King Minos of Crete, evinced an unnatural desire to mate with a great white bull sacred to Poseidon, the god of the sea, or possibly the god in his form. She employed the Greek craftsman Daedalus to create an artificial cow's body into which she climbed, thus enabling herself to be enjoyed by the bull. The result of this coupling was that she brought forth a bull-headed child who was named Asteron, but who is best known today as the Minotaur. The second part of the myth describes how Daedalus built a great maze beneath the court of Minos in which the monster was placed. Because he had within him the blood of a god, he was not killed, but rather placated with human sacrifices, which were sent into the maze to be consumed by the monster. Okay, so bestiality, how people be having sex with animals and stuff like that. And this was demonic because, you know, humans and the cuckoos are not supposed to be mating. So they created this monster. And this is what tainted their bloodline. Family, dealing with family. So this was a curse. Because like I said, just because a person looks human, don't mean they are human. They just showed us this in Men in Black and other movies as well. So you have the Ten of Swords, Gryphon. Telling you got what? All 3 tens out here. So I'm telling you, something is ending of a cycle. Or you're going to start seeing these entities. They're going to rise up. Because they kept them, like you said, they hid him. But then they sacrificed children to keep him from coming above ground. So maybe this is why the elites and stuff like that are doing that. Because it's showing me Minotaur, and then it's also showing me, come to me, his name starts with an M. Moloch. Spiritual bird. Yes. How they sacrifice kids and throw it to the kids. So it's just like in every culture, they have something similar to that because they were sacrificing, because they was doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. And they were just fucking and sucking and doing all types of things with everything. Like it was this entity, this spirit that was over them. You know, so this is why some of these bloodlines got generational curses because of what they was doing. Okay, I don't think this is in here. Nope, it's not in here. But it's like an eagle and a lion. If you look at the picture. So it's giving me like cloning too. Like they taking parts of different animals and putting them together. Because like I said, we had cuckoos that was attached to us. That was our guardian, our animal totem, cuckoo totem, right? Men always trying to play God, and they started playing with these creatures and creating this. Because give me Frankenstein 23:32 when I said this. 4 of Cups, gold. Death is something. Told you death. Death is imminent of doing this. Things are being unleashed. It could be a flood. Or maybe this is why the flood came the first time, because you see all these bones are being broken, coming up underground. Maybe they unalive these people who did not want any parts of this. Y'all know what a ghoul is, but let's see what this book says. Not gonna be in here long. Try not to be. The spirit may have something different. It's not in here. Ghost, goblin, something is haunting. Maybe these creatures are hunting people now. These who started this, who did this, doing these experiments, hunting their bloodline. Like they're not accepting their offers anymore. 4 Cups talk about, you know, being tired, not seeing something that spirit is showing, or just in front of their face, they focus on 3 cups, and then they have a hand reaching out to them with a cup that could be sent from God, but you're not accepting, or it could be sent from somebody, depending on whatever the situation is. No, we're not accepting this anymore as a society. 3 of Pentacles, dwarf. Collaboration, working with people. This dwarf slayed this, looked like it was a giant, but it's a monster type thing. See his head chopped off? So it's get what, David and Goliath? I heard it said the story is backwards. I may not be in here either. Nope. So, lies. Putting to rest all these lies. Things are starting to come out in the open. You got the ones that are coming down here to help. And you got the ones to keep balance. And you got the ones who's keeping up the chaos. It's enough of that. Things are being restored. Come to balance. You're going to start seeing, or there's a type of energies that they're putting out there to keep people like under this spell work. The Star, Tooth Fairy, healing. So, I'm a thinking person, right? So, I was like, why are wisdom tooth, why are they called wisdom tooth or teeth? So, I'm like, wisdom, okay, is it connected to something? So, I seen this clip on Instagram where it talk about how your wisdom teeth, they grow in sideways. And then eventually they straighten out. But it's also connected to your pineal gland, where you get your wisdom. So this is why they tell you to get your wisdom tooth taken out. Yeah, like your teeth are gonna hurt growing in sideways. Yeah, because it's like kind of pushing other things in. But if you could bear the pain and let it sit upright, it's like they're taking your wisdom, your connection to the pineal gland, which is connected to your third eye, so you can't see spiritually. Tooth Fairy comes bring you money. Takes your tooth. Wonder what she does with it. Claiming that they do with it, right? Let's see if it's in here. Let's see if it can give us a little something. Nope, it's not in here. So I'm getting the Tooth Fairy. It's almost like it's an exchange. You give me a piece of you, I bring you money. Like they paying for your essence, creating. I'm telling you, it's like clone vibes. They're using your energy, your DNA to create something else. Something powerful to keep you, us as a society, as part of the divine army, the 144,000 from rising up. Using our own weapons against us. Identifying us because we each have our own energy and we do certain stuff. So like I said, they used our parents. Had us in the program, they used our parents. So that was the concept of having the Tooth Fairy. Oh, and I see spirals come on through, spirit. I'm on to something, y'all. Yes, I am on to motherfucking something. High Priestess. You better act like you know. Ain't no games here. Don't be playing. This ain't shit to be playing about. Just seeing an alien. Anything else, Spirit? It's our job to speak on this and to tell this. This is what they don't want us to know. Don't want us to see. You have King of Swords, a Viking. His sword is bloody. Like you're slaying, or they were slaying people who would tell the truth. That's why they went on this witch hunt. What is so important about witches? Why were y'all so adamant about unaliving people, witches, who was here to help? Because in the Bible, it talks about, you know, Spirit, or I might make somebody mad about this. I don't give a fuck. They talking about how they had, you know, truth sayers, that high priest, the kings would have to tell them the future, the fortune, what they would see. Why is it okay for the king to use it, but not people outside of the kingdom? Think about that shit. Why did they go on a hunt? Because some of these people was minding their business. Yeah, you had good ones and you have bad ones. It's not in here. Vikings. The Vikings, like, you know, along the lines of pirates. Pirates, you know, were on the sea and the Viking was on the land. So taking from people, taking the land, and then going, having their ships to go back to their homeland and tell them, hey, we conquered this and this, come on in. And putting their culture in, taking hostages and have them conform into their way of life, their way of thinking. Because if they came in and we weren't speaking English, English was not our first language. What was our language? They don't want us to know that. They don't want us to tap into that because they don't understand it. Because I'm getting that it was all about energy and vibrations, how we said things. Because it's showing me like scrolls and stuff from like the beginning of time, how it didn't have no vowels or anything like that, and how words were pronounced and how you knew or understood. But then you also had people who spoke telepathically. 3311. Page of Pentacles. Baron said he came out again. Hello, Baron. Baron said he ready to fuck some shit up. He tired of people using his energy. And Moneybag come on, said something. All these motherfuckers that said something, just talking bad and using his energy for bad. Voodoo itself is not bad. It's what you use, how you using it, your intentions behind it. And a lot of these people, when they got to hold to our stuff, to our spirituality, they started using it for bad, but then want to tell us that, oh, it's so bad and woo 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 this and woo woo that. But it was how they was using it. They didn't want us, they want us to forget that this is where we come from. Some of us. Baron Samedi said he coming in, he can fuck some shit up. Y'all use his energy for too long. He coming at the bloodlines now. Because too many people are rising up and being conscious and, you know, giving gratitude and thanks for these spirits. Because they make them seem like they're demonic when they're not. You have to look past shit. I'm telling you, anything the government gives to us, you got to see what's the bigger picture. They're only going to give us a little bit, but they're not going to give us everything. And of course, they're going to taint it. They're going to lie. A truth is always has a lie in it if a person is telling a lie. You cannot tell a lie without some of the truth being in there. Four of Pentacles. Ichinda. Y'all pronounce it yourself. So Page of Pentacles. something new. Being bonded by these snakes. Making snakes seem like that they are evil. Scaring people away when snakes can be about transformation and stuff. But you also, like I said, duality. There are also snakes that are coming in to, you know, do stuff. I'm pretty sure Baron Samedi ain't in here. So some of y'all may need to look him up. Call on his energy. Because it's something. He's trying to help your bloodline. Although we can look her up. In Greco-Roman tradition, this is a hybrid creature. Woman to the waist, serpent below. An offspring of the primal gods Gaia and Tartarus. She occupied a cavern close to the land of Scythia, from where she is said to have emerged, showing only her human parts to attract human males. Once she had captured her prey, she would quickly embrace them in her serpent coils and consume them. Later, Echna mated with the monster Typhon and bore a number of horrendous offspring, including the giant dogs Cerberus and Orthos. So this is Cerberus' mother. See how all this shit is tying up together? As well as Chimera, the dragons of Cholis and Ladon, the harpies, the many-headed Hydra, and Hydra is Cerberus' sister, the cannibal Scylla, the Nemean lion, and even the Greek Sphinx. She is also said to be the mother of the eagle, which pecked at the liver of Prometheus. In Edmund Spencer's 16th century poem, The Fairy Queen, he described Echna as the mother of the blatant beast, the 100-eyed monster. Argos finally killed Echna. So yes, we are here slaying these demons, these entities that were conceived under ill intent. It's time to destroy them, or they're trying to come back and raise up in power. Yeah, you got the world, Ouroboros, which is the snake, the serpent that eats its own tail, infinity. Are they going to give us a little bit of that? I said that name right, huh? That was because I heard somebody say it the other day. Okay, let's see if it's in here. Ouroboros, a vast serpent dragon of an ancient Egyptian mythology, which represent eternity, is depicted as devouring its own tail. At the same time, it constantly renews itself, a process which will bring about the end of time if it is ever interrupted. The Ouroboros became a famous symbol in the traditions of ancient magic and sorcery. It is also to be found on talisman once used by magicians. So what I'm getting from here, that they was trying to keep recycling this energy of this negative entities. So it'll be constantly renewing itself. Like, you know how they use the CERN machine to roll back time and stuff like that, is what they was trying to do. But it's time to break all that up. The renewing itself. Because if you constantly remembering, now remember, just like with in the movie Coco, the Disney movie, how, you know, you forget, don't speak the names of your ancestors and stuff. They're forgotten. They're no longer, you know, remembered. They go to land of the lost or something like that. So are these demonic entities. This is why they keep recycling energies, remaking movies, because they're calling on energies, using this Ouroboros. But they're using it for, they tainted it and using it for evil when back in the Egyptian era, it wasn't used for evil. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, Gremlins. Hey, y'all remember that movie? Seven of Pentacles mean planting things. See, they're working on something. They're piecing something together. I said CERN machine is giving me CERN machine. Like they're trying to free these entities to run amok on the earth and to devour. Because like I said in that series that I was talking about, he want the whole town, this Ogre, want the whole town to go to sleep, but he want to wake up these dragons that are entrapped in something, but it takes something to feed that they have to give them in order for them to grow and hatch. So he wants to take control, have power over everything, but also kill the humans by eating them or promising them to other entities and creatures that feed on humans and stuff like that. Gremlins came into being during the First World War when the Royal Navy found that certain things kept going wrong with equipment. They were first named in 1922 when a RAF pilot called Le Bourget Airport for a weather check and was told gremlins sur la Manche, gremlins over the channel, at which point his radio died. The word comes from the Old English gremlin to vex. During the Second World War, gremlins grew in strength and cunning and acted in a characteristically annoying way and affecting just about everything they could to make trouble. They were believed to be about 12 to 20 inches high and were a cross between an American jackrabbit and a bull terrier. They were sometimes seen wearing green trousers, a red jacket, spats, and a top hat. Although the marine gremlin always had webbed feet and fins, since they had no wings, they had to infiltrate whatever was moving. On airfields, they could live in underground burrows ready to hop on board. They drank petrol and could cause havoc during flight by running from wing to wing and causing crews to bail out. Themselves were capable of landing safely by spreading out their great feet, parachuting headfirst and landing on their top hats, which were shock absorbent. They were always interested in the radio airwaves, where their interference caused great problems. In Gremlins, we see a set of new wave bogarts who can infiltrate technology of all sorts and who are blamed for problems with electrical transmission of any kind. So maybe I need to go and watch Gremlins. So I'm getting, because it's showing me the movie, like, they came about, they terrorized, they was destructive. So we all know what these wars were about. It wasn't what they showed us, but it was some type of control and power that they was trying to take something. And they was helping us. Or they used these gremlins to take down what America would say their enemies, calling on these spirits. But they done had enough too. They are breaking down the machine for, I'm getting this is like the AI. They're wreaking havoc with the AI machines. Because, you know, they're trying to make everything artificial intelligence. But something is going awry. Like whenever they build something, the prototype, and they show it, and then they tell us later that something had went wrong, it did something. And gremlins. Gremlins have something to do with it. Two of Pentacles, elf. Juggling something. Archery. Okay, elves are not in here. Okay, but yeah, trying to keep us juggling. They portray certain creatures as being demonic because they are against them. And this is what they're trying to do, showing in the movies and stuff like that. But like I said, they will show the opposite, do the opposite. But then they also will tell the truth. That's why you have to use your discernment. Oh my gosh, a lot. I'm not using these. They have a story to tell. They said they're tired of being used in a demonic way. But like I said, you have some that went rogue and, you know, don't mind. You have 5 of Wands. Chimera. Fight. It's time to fight. They fighting to free them souls. Temperance. Sea-nymph. To bring balance. Queen of Swords. Amazon. Keep speaking your truth. Keep diving deep into the unknown. Even if you know you don't understand what's going on, use the resources the Spirit is giving to you and putting right in your faces. 7 of Wands. Mummy. You're being protected. But this also reminded me why they're going and robbing these tombs, making these movies about it, because it's something, they done tapped into something that's haunting them. Cats could be significant too, because cats can see, they say they got 9 lives, but they can see like in 9 different dimensions or something like that. They see all these creatures, they see, you know, these entities and energies that's around us and surrounding us. Let you know when, you know, you need to be on alert, when you need to cleanse your energy. The movie The Mummy might be significant. You might need to go and watch that as well. Trying to access these mummies, which were, you know, deities and kings and queens, emperors and empresses of royal bloodline that was wrapped up, but they're trying to use their energy for demonic reasons. The Sun, Phoenix, shit being exposed. Please believe me. You are the rising Phoenix. But like I said, they also have another Phoenix that is of a demonic. It's demonic. Start with an E. I can't think of it right now. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles, Dryad. They're coming for us. This is why they're coming for us, because we help grow. Or this could be a Queen of Pentacles that's involved in this. But I'm getting that we are the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Tapping into our energy, going into nature and help revitalize, I just heard. Earth, Mother Gaia. And if it by planting seeds, true seeds, cleaning up, protecting, you know, these Kakusa's habitat, talking to the trees, distancing ourselves from these demonic entities, energies that our family feels succumbed to, branching off and starting anew, starting your own bloodline. 10 of Cups, Leviathan. So they're trying to, you know, there's portals in the seas, firmament. That's why they cannot get to some of them, because you have Leviathan spirits. Some are good and some are bad. They help protecting these waters because they come to conquer, steal, kill, and destroy. Pirates. Taking down these creatures who are protecting the oceans, the seas, protecting these portals because they want these demonic entities to come through them. The abyss. It's an old movie. It's an 80s movie. Go watch it. Nine of Cups, the Kraken. I just seen was it a Disney movie called The Kraken? The girl didn't know she was a Kraken. The family held that from her, but she started going to her calling. They was trying to keep her away from it because somebody before them, the mother or whoever, like, the daughter didn't agree with how the mother was doing things, so she tried to distance herself from those roots. But something inside of you is about to waken up, like you're about to see your superpowers or the tribe that you come from, who you truly are. Some of y'all could be a fucking unicorn, but this is Pegasus. Pegasus is like a messenger of some sort. The Eight of Swords. Keeping you stuck. They don't want you to know this. So like I said, entities or creatures that are good for us, that help us, they demonize them. And they also use them for monetary gain as well, using their energy by putting them in people's life, stopping them and hindering them. But Pegasus is coming to stop this and trap these people. Because at the bottom of the deck, you got Eight of Pentacles, zombies. Like I said, half these people don't even know what the fuck is going on because they don't even have control of their own bodies, and they just walking around here, Night of the Living Dead. Don't know why they around here unaliving people or doing the stuff that they're doing is because these entities are attached to them. You can't kill energy. You can't destroy it. You could transmute it. You could trap it. These people are trapped. And some of these entities are mad because, like I said, they are tired of being used. So this goes both ways. Nine of Wands, Pumpkinhead. Was it off of Sleepy Hollow? So some of y'all may need to go back and watch some of these movies that had something to do with the Pumpkinhead. Because wasn't it a movie called The Pumpkinhead as well? Or the Pumpkinhead was associated, because it's showing me what the fuck, the man, he was white, pasty, he wore leather, and he had the pins coming out of it. I can't fucking think of that movie name, but y'all, you know, go back and look that movie up. He might have been in that. Halloween, All Hallows Eve, you know, where the dead come alive, where you supposed to worship, not worship, but give praises to the ones who have been unalive before us, that's helping us in spirit. They use this entity to keep people afraid to getting connected with your ancestors and stuff. But no, Pumpkinhead, let's see if it's in here. But know that because he's around this house and he look demonic or something like that, but he's not. He's protecting his house. So know that your ancestors are around you and protecting you. Everything ain't what it seems. Nope, it's not in here. Let me get one more spirit. Well, two more. You know, I like to be even before I get up out of this. Anything else, spirit? Anything else? You got the Knight of Cups, a Jinn. I'm telling you, I knew jinns are important too. You have good jinns and you have bad jinns. They was using jinns. And I kept seeing it when I was looking up stuff. And I knew it was going to come out. But I just had to wait. Everything has its proper order, proper place. not spelled with the G in here. Excuse me, y'all. I know I've seen it. But it was spelled a different way. But anywho, y'all know what jinns are. Demonic spirits. Some of them, they trickery. You rub on a lamp and they grant you wishes, but in return, they want something. They probably take over you. And you have to be careful about how you word things, what wish that you want, because they'll give you what you want, but it may not be in the way that you want it. They'll give you what you want, but it may not be in the way that you asking for it, that you seen it. You got the Six of Pentacles. So this is almost like spider of death, a Black Widow type spider. Get you caught up in the web. Give you your desires. Give you what you ask for. Like I said, you have to be specific, very specific. And if you're not, and it's like they trade with you for you using their services.